Hey everyone, what's up? It's TechHelp here, and today I'll be showing you how to be anonymous online. With all the news about David Cameron blocking specific websites in the UK and not being able to access certain websites at your workplace or school, or just the need to feel safe online, I'll be showing you how you can do that effectively. So the first thing you want to do is open up your internet browser, and I'll show you what it's like right now, and after I have shown you how to install the stuff you need, the web will be a completely different experience. You'll rarely or probably never ever see an advert. Skip all the YouTube adverts you usually see. If you torrent, the websites and the adverts on the side will go. So for example, if I go on YouTube right now, there's a big advert usually right here. If I click on a video, you can see there's an advert right here. There's going to be an advert right about there in the video. The adverts everywhere on YouTube. So first thing you want to do is install Adblock Plus. I'll be covering these topics in the video, and once I'm done, you'll have a totally different web experience. So you want to go into the Chrome store right here and install Adblock Plus. You can't do this on Internet Explorer because it doesn't have a app market. You can probably do it on Firefox. Opera has an app market, but it doesn't have the extensions you need, so you're pretty much restricted to use Chrome or Firefox. Maxton and other browsers, they probably won't work either. So you want to search, so click on extensions first right here and search for Adblock Plus, and under extensions it's the first one right here. Click Add to Chrome and click Add, and you can see it's been added. So you want to enable the three options here: malware blocking, social media, and disable tracking. So those three have been installed. Now you want to go ahead and click on options, settings, extensions, and click allow in incognito. So if you use private browsing like this incognito mode, the adverts won't come up. So if I go on YouTube now, you can see the advert over here has gone. If I go on this video, there's no advert coming up here or anywhere else on the page, and it saves a lot of time. You can skip all those ads straight away, those annoying ads and the dirty ones if your parents walk in. Saves you some embarrassment. So if you go on a website, you can see it comes up right there. That's the first thing covered, Adblock Plus. Now the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth are all extensions, and I'll be going over those. So right now my default search engine is Google. So if I search for test, it shows me my results, but what Google doesn't tell us is that it tracks us, and if I went onto, for example, test.org.uk, it would forward my information to that website, and the adverts on that website will be able to build a profile about me, and it could sell it on to marketing companies. And so you don't really have much privacy if you don't control what you're giving out, and Google, they give out as much as they can about you. Now if you go into the settings, and there's some option under here, I can't remember exactly where it is, but you can send a do not track request, but that's a request. If the website still wants to access your data, it will, and it's like I can't really give an example, but it's just a request, a polite request, and if a website wants your information, it can have it, so it's not really effective. So let me give you an example of how it goes. This search engine right here, .com, has a pretty good explanation. Right, so when you search in Google, like herpes for example, and click on a link, your search term is sent to the site along with your browser and computer information, which identifies you through your IP address and several other things like the browser you're using, where you're living, that kind of stuff. So you're on the website and they have third-party ads, and because your search term over here was sent to that site, the third-party ads see that term and so here H-bomb, herpes treatment, herpes testing, it's sent on. So you might think that's it, but those advertising companies, they build profiles about you, so wherever you go on the internet, it's gonna follow you everywhere. So instead of having a name, it'd be IP address, female, lives here, and she's interested in herpes because she searched for it. So whenever you went on another site and the same advert provider was advertising on another site, those adverts would follow you all the way around, or those adverts would follow you wherever you go. And so you think, okay, maybe it's going to be helpful to me, like if I searched for some software and I could see a better software ad, but sometimes your profile gets sold. So for example, if you search for how to repair your own car, you would see ads for mechanics and garages. But if you went onto a insurance website and a marketing company which collected all your information sold that to an insurance company, you could get higher prices for your insurance, because the insurance company sees you've searched for how to repair your own car, which increases the likelihood and the chance that you get into a lot more accidents than usual. So that's one downside. But all the searches, it's also saved, especially if you log in, which I would never ever recommend you to do and search, but it saves all your searches to a remote server. And let's say you were arrested and the police want to know your history, it could be requested. So if you search for something which isn't exactly legal or something which is embarrassing, the police could request your search history and they could review it all, or a Google employee could see your history, or Google could get hacked, and all your private information which is stored private, it could go out. So when you use DuckDuckGo, your information is private. I'll get onto the search engine later on, but I'll show you how to extensively block tracking from advertising companies. So the second extension would be Ghostery. So if you go on the App Store again, well, Web Store, and search for Ghostery, it's this first one right here. Excuse me. If you click add, and it's been added. If you click next, enable auto update, enable alert bubble, select all, next, and that's done. Then go on to settings, options, settings, extensions, enable allow an incognito. Now let me give you an example. If I go into cnet.com, first of all, the AdBlock Plus is doing its work and it is blocking several adverts. Now if you see here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 companies which Ghostery has blocked. Now these are the tracking companies which would they're marketing companies, and they take your information. Like right now, if I didn't have Ghostery installed, all these companies would see I am using Google Chrome, I'm using Windows 8, and I'm searching for CNET, so I'm interested in technology, and it would build a profile about me. Now that company would continue to build a profile about me. Anything I search for example, CBS Interactive is on CNET. Now let's say CBS Interactive was on another site, don't know what site it would be, but they would see, okay, he's interested in that too. They would build a huge profile about me that would follow me everywhere. Now I am a person, I want my privacy. I'm a private person, and the fact that companies are tracking me, it's very disturbing. So I want to make sure that I'm not tracked, and I can help you so you're not tracked either. So the second extension. Now, as you may have guessed, Ghostery doesn't block everything. There are some marketing companies out there that haven't been detected by Ghostery, so you need to install a couple more. And by the way, installing this will not slow your computer down or your internet speed. In fact, it's going to increase it, because the amount of time it would take for those trackers to load, it blocks them. AdBlock Plus and Ghostery will block those things from loading, so the website loads faster for you. The third one is called Disconnect Me. So on the web store again, and search for Disconnect Me. It's that first one right there. If you add that, and it's been added. This one doesn't require any settings. If you want to donate to this, you can. So again, options, settings, extensions, allow an incognito. And now if we go on cnet.com, you can see that that's blocking stuff. That's how much, that's 21 companies blocked. And if we visualize the page, all these companies have been blocked from tracking us. All of these companies. So, you know, Twitter, Google, advertising companies have all been blocked. That's 21 in total, plus the adverts, AdBlock Plus is blocked. The fourth extension is Do Not Track Me. Now the reason why I'm installing so many is because it's like having an antivirus and a anti-malware. It's good to have different opinions. These extensions have different lists of which marketing companies to block, and the more the merrier. So add that to Chrome, and it's been added. This requires configuration, I think. No, it doesn't. So options, settings, extensions, allow an incognito, and that one's going to be blocking some as well. So cnet.com, and you can see that should start blocking as well. So that's 21 blocked between them two. Okay, block all back. That's blocked 11 companies as well. So 11 plus 11 plus 10, you do the math. Yeah, so you can see they're blocking it. You might find this little extension mark with an arrow, but it's actually blocking. You click on it to see, but the fact that there's an exclamation mark there means that you are being tracked. You click on the icon, it shows you who was tracking you. The fifth one is called Mask Me. Now this isn't so much as blocking tracking, but this is blocking spam and other stuff. I'll explain it in a minute. So Mask Me. Install Mask Me. Mask Me is made by the same company who made Do Not Track Me, Abine. That's been added. Right, now it's the setup. I'll explain as we go along. Okay, now if you're on a website that requires your email address, but you don't want to give your email address out because you think that company might spam you. Now let's say if you're giving your email address to sign up to YouTube or an email service, it'd be fine. But say if it was a software website that you're not exactly sure if it's gonna spam you or sell your email address, what you can do is install this, and when you ask for email address, you can just click Mask My Email. What that does, it gives a totally random email address to that company, and what you can do is that Mask Me will forward those emails to your real email address. So you set up forwarding, you enter your real address, that's my email address right there, click set email, and it sets it up for me. Oh, that's already in use. Right, so it shows that my email it's already been used, but I removed the extension and I didn't have the premium plan, so I didn't sync it. I'll sort that later, but for the demonstration purposes, I'll enter another email address which I have and click set email, and that sets it up for me. Right, so all my emails are all the sites I entered the fake email will be forwarded to this email address. So for example, let me see if there's a website which will ask me for my email address. The New York Times, for example. Right, now let's say I want to sign up to their online articles. I'll click register now, and you can already see lots of stuff are being blocked here. So in the email address field, I'll click once, and you can use your email or click Mask My Email. Now I've clicked Mask My Email, and it's entered in a totally random email address. I can make a strong password, but it's going to be saved in the extension settings right here, and click Create My Account. You can save it or whatever, but your account's been created. So if you go home right now, mass emails, New York Times, this email address is being used and it is forwarding to your email address, your real one. So if I go to this email address, right, you've got one new email from New York Times, I think. Let's reload that. Yeah, new mail, and it's stored there, but it's also been forwarded to your real email account. So right here you can see New York Times Masked has sent you the email that's been forwarded. Now let's say New York Times sold my details to other companies and they all started sending me lots of spam. So what I could do then, just click here where it says forwarding and click block. Now New York Times has been blocked with that fake email address, so nothing is forwarded to this real account. And by the way, if you're wondering, all these spam emails, this is what I used before I found MaskMe, so barely use this, just using this for demonstration purposes. So that's MaskMe, that's that extension. Sometimes you might find yourself with an extension error thing. What it is basically is that Disconnect and Do Not Track Me, they have a slight problem. When they find the tracking request, they decide to handle it in different ways. Disconnect wants to open a new tab, while Do Not Track Me redirects it. It's not really an error, they both work fine, your browser won't crash, you can just ignore that. Next thing, Hide My Ass. That is a web proxy, and I will show you what it is. So what Hide My Ass basically does is, when you enter a website, it encrypts what you're sending over. So say if there was a filter installed on your computer by your parents and it blocked Facebook, for example, and you wanted to go on Facebook, you would enter it here, but when the request would be sent through your computer, it would all be encrypted, meaning Facebook.com to any normal person, if it was not encrypted, it would look exactly like that. But if it wasn't, it would look something like that. That is what it would look like. That is what it would look like if it was encrypted. Now the filtering software, it can't decrypt that. It would say, it's a genuine request, it's not social networking, let it through. So that is what you would use to get to any blocked websites. But if you install the extension, I can't seem to find it on the web store for some reason, so I just use this extension. Oh, there it is. Right, add that to the Chrome, click add. It should install. Now for your settings, random server, encrypted, SSL encryption, incognito mode. I'm guessing if you want to hide your ass, you probably want to hide your history as well. Save settings and close that tab. Anytime I want to go encrypted now, just type HMA space, automatically encrypted, facebook.com, hit enter, automatically launches in a new incognito window, so your history is automatically deleted. And as you can see, we allowed these extensions in incognito, so they're enabled, and you can see that all these tracking companies are being blocked, and I can use Facebook as normal on this. So that's Hide My Ass. Now I think that's all the extensions needed. Now previously I showed you a search engine called DuckDuckGo.com. Now this is a search engine. It's not as comprehensive as Google, but it's a search engine where you search anonymously and find instantly. So for example, let me show you CNET, for example. It's a normal search engine and you get all the stuff you need, but the best thing is it doesn't track you. Now if you're a Chrome user and you search for it via the search bar, you would automatically go to Google. So you want to change that, right click on in the address bar and click edit search engines, and I don't know what that's doing there. Click add new, where it says here add a new search engine, type in DuckDuckGo.com. Actually, let me just copy that to my clipboard. This will be in the description, by the way. and paste what you just copied from your clipboard into there. Yeah, now if you click make default, that is your default search engine. So if I search for CNET now, you can see it automatically goes to DuckDuckGo.com, and it's much more anonymous. Not much more, it's totally anonymous. So that's the search engine, and that's your browser sorted basically. Coming on to the desktop side of things. Right, now on the internet you're anonymous, fine, no one's tracking you with all the extensions and all the extensions and proxy, but there are some applications which run from your desktop which could reveal your identity. Now the Pirate Bay, Kickass torrents, they've both been blocked in the UK. So if you downloaded a torrent from uTorrent, for example, your IP address is sent to the trackers. Now you want to set something up which masks your entire internet connection. Like as soon as you turn it on, your internet connection is masked, your IP address is changed, your location is changed, everything runs through an encrypted connection. Therefore even your ISP can't even see what you're browsing. Anything which leaves your before anything leaves your computer to go to the internet, it's encrypted, so nothing can be sniffed or found out. So what it's called is CyberGhost VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. You can search that for yourself and understand what it means, so I don't have time to explain that now. But essentially I'll show you what the application is. So click free download. I've already got it installed, so if you open CyberGhost VPN, you can see right now I'm anonymous because let's disconnect right now. So say this was the first time opening up the application. This is what it would look like. Let me just give you an example. This does slow your internet connection down, so it's up to you if you want to compromise. So my internet connection isn't that fast. I'm still waiting for BT Infinity to come to my area. I pay for 20 megabits per second, but I only get 4 on a good day. So for the speed test right now, you can see I'm getting 24 milliseconds ping, just under 4 megabits per second download speed, and probably 0.5 or 0.8 megabits per second upload speed. Now if I enable CyberGhost, before you enable it, there's a few things you might want to consider. The way I set mine up is I start CyberGhost with Windows, so as soon as it starts up, CyberGhost starts up. Then I automatically log in and connect to a free service. If you want to buy the premium one, there's no adverts and you get more speed. You can do that, but for me the free service is fine. So you click connect to free service, you choose which one you want, the fastest, most anonymous. I go with the compromise, the recommended one. Then over here, in the event of a lost connection, let's say the CyberGhost connection to the server was terminated for some reason, you want to block your internet connection immediately, so you're notified first, you sort it out, then you connect again, so you know that doesn't let any data that goes out during the session which isn't through the VPN get to any other company. So that's something you want to do. Exceptions. Now let's say when you connect to a server, it's going to change location. So for example, if you want to check in on Facebook, you might want to add an exception, or if you want to email someone, like let's say you log into an email and you're using the China server, Hotmail would think, hang on, this is probably a hacker because the person who made this account doesn't live in China, so you would add an exception of the IP address of the website, so anything you request from the website doesn't go through the VPN. So you want to connect to VPN, connect to free service, you want to close the browser and connect to the VPN. If you buy the premium version, this doesn't come up and none of this waiting time applies, you just go straight up. So it's started the connection. Let's connect to a London server. right now this is my IP address. When I do become anonymous, my IP address will change. So right now I'm anonymous, my VPN IP is completely different. It says 79.141.161.13. To prove that, if I go on ipchicken.com, you can see that that IP address is what is displayed over here. If I run the speed test now, and click begin test, so you can see my ping's much slower, 76 milliseconds, but I'm getting 10 megabits per second. That was an anomaly. 4 megabits per second is what I'm normally getting, but it's not a reliable connection, so you won't actually experience those kind of download speeds because the ping is 76 milliseconds, much higher. Upload speed, getting 0.7 megabits per second. So you can see it's not a huge knockoff in terms of your internet speed. Like these kind of sites with loads of images, they still work pretty fast. Another thing, as I use BT, BT blocked torrent sites like thepiratebay.org and Kickass Torrent. Using CyberGhost VPN, that is all unblocked. So for example, thepiratebay.org, it's working. Kickass Torrent, it's working. And just to prove that I haven't got something set up already which allows those websites, I'll prove it to you. So I'm disconnected. thepiratebay.org. There we go, that's from BT, site blocked. Kickass Torrent, site blocked. Connecting my VPN, connect to free service, close browser, connecting. Something, yeah, I'll cover that later. So yeah, there's quite some stuff to go, quite a bit of stuff to go. Let this connect. So I'm connected right now, I can end anonymous. Thepiratebay.org, Kickass Torrent, and they are both working fine. I'll just run a speed test again. And bear in mind, this is 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm awake pretty much all night and I go to sleep during the day sometimes. So right now not many people are using the server to connect, which is why I'm probably getting such speeds. 99 milliseconds ping. This is like a more typical result you'd get. So yeah, that's CyberGhost. It does knock your speed down a bit, but for me, privacy is the most important thing, and I'm willing to knock off like half a megabit off my connection in order to stay anonymous. So for example, if you have Virgin Media Fiber Optic or BT Infinity and you get like 100 megabits per second, knocking off half a megabit per second will still leave internet connection just as fast. So if you have a fast internet connection, if you have a fast internet connection, I definitely recommend you to use CyberGhost VPN. Right, click hide, which just minimizes it to your system tray. The next thing, Bro6. Now, for most of you probably go on Facebook to chat to your friends, and don't get me wrong, it's fun, it's easy, everyone's on there, but it's not private. For example, if the government wanted to see it, if the police wanted to see it, they could legally request Facebook to give them all your account information, and they could see every single person you've messaged. On top of that, Facebook stores all your information, so if you want to talk to someone and you want to make sure that the person you're talking to, only they get your message, Facebook is not where you want to be chatting. So what you do is you install a instant messaging encrypted chat client called Bro6. Now what this is, I've already got it installed, so I'll just go over it. This encrypts your connection. It's free, by the way, so not the trial, it's enterprise edition. If you go for personal use, there's a free version right here, no adverts, completely free, high privacy, secure communication. You install it for Windows or for Mac or even for Android, iOS, Linux, or even for web client. So I used Windows, I clicked the installer, I downloaded it, I set it up. So right here, that's Bro6 minimized to my system tray. So you add your contacts here, so I've got my friend added here, and right in the bottom corner, in the bottom right hand corner, you can see a gold padlock. If you hover over it, it says this communication is encrypted, meaning no one can sniff, spy on your chats, and only the person you want to talk to will get your message. Now bear in mind, this is not like a chat client this is not just a chat client whose main feature is just to be encrypted. This is a feature-rich messaging client. You can have three-way conversations, add more users in, you can send files, folders, you can send screenshots, you can video call, audio call, which is more secure than Skype. You can screen share, you can let them remote control your computer, or you can control their computer. You can draw on a whiteboard and you can co-browse, see the history. There's loads of features on this, so it's better than Facebook chat in my opinion. It's secure and it's feature rich. So you would go Bro6, so contacts, add a contact, you would search for someone, let me just say, I'm searching for Jeff. So you'd probably tell your friend, like, get Bro6, tell me username, reminds me of MSN back in the day, getting people's addies and stuff. So you'd get the username, add them and chat to them. So that's much more secure, and I use that to chat to people instead of Facebook. Okay, next up is Sandboxy. Now this is a free application, works with Windows 8, 32-bit and 64-bit compatible, so you won't get any errors using this. So what Sandboxy does is it isolates programs which you run it in. So instead of giving a technical explanation, I'll give you another explanation. I'll demonstrate what it does. So let me see. Advanced System Care. Actually, let's look for a Crapware registry cleaner. Clean My PC official site. If you download this, now if I ran this, if I didn't run this in the sandbox, it would go in several locations in my computer. In my program files folder, it would write keys to my registry, and even if I uninstalled it and used revo uninstall to uninstall, it still wouldn't totally be gone. Now what the beauty of this is, once you've installed Sandboxy and configured it to how you want to use it, right click, run Sandbox, choose the default box, run as an administrator. Now right here you can see when there's red dots and the yellow triangle, it means program running in there. If you go to the edge of the window, you can see a yellow border is placed around the application. Now what that means, this is running in a sandbox, so I can install it all. There, it's all installed. I can launch it. Should open up. There you go. So you can see this is the registry clean. Registry cleaners and all the software you see, they don't work. I will tell you that straight away. So there's no point running this. So if I wanted to terminate this right now, right click, terminate all programs, yes, all gone. No trace of that software is left behind on your computer. So that's one thing. When you install it, you also get something called Sandbox Web Browser. Now what that does, it runs your default browser in a sandbox. So if you went on a website which will which gives you a virus. So porn websites, casino websites, you should run it in this browser. So after you've done browsing, you can just right click, terminate all programs, yes, and nothing affects your computer, so the chances of you getting a virus are close to none. So far I've gone over the extensions, a VPN, chat, and Sandboxy. Next thing is CCleaner. Sites you visit leave cookies on your computer, temporary files on your computer, builds up junk, loads of stuff like that. So let me just click this. Yeah. So if you click on options, cookies, you can see all these cookies will be deleted when I run the cleaner. So click OK, run cleaner. It scans my system and it will remove all the crap on it. Temporary files. There's 133.5 megabytes removed. If you run CCleaner for the first time, you're probably going to remove a couple of gig. So that's how much I removed when I ran it the first time. It has a registry cleaner. Like I said before, registry cleaners don't usually work, but what I meant by that was there's no point paying for a registry cleaner it's because what it does is it removes these obsolete keys, but you won't notice a impact in speed on your system. It won't speed your system up. If you want to really make your system go faster, you should consider upgrading its hardware, like more RAM, a better processor, installing an SSD instead of a hard drive. So there's nothing wrong with having a clean registry, so you can run your registry cleaner, and I run this quite often. I don't really get registry errors, 5 maximum probably. If you run it for the first time, you probably get close to a couple of hundred. So yeah, I got 4 registry errors so far. 5 fix selected issues, fix all issues, and that's my registry cleaned. Something I need to tell you about. On DuckDuckGo.com, because it doesn't send you information to other websites, you might find some issues using it. For example, Boots Pharmacy. Now when I search for Boots, it comes up, but a lot of American results are also coming up. It's not applicable to me. So what you want to go ahead and do is click on More, Settings, Region, set that to United Kingdom or wherever you are, browser language to English of United Kingdom. I leave my Save Search off because I like seeing all the results. Click Save Settings, suggest a passphrase, click Save. Actually, I want my header to be grey, and there, that's saved. So now when I search for something, only UK relevant results will come. Boots UK, UK. All these results are from the UK. It's applicable to me. So now the problem you might run into when you run CCleaner is that it deletes cookies and your settings are saved in a cookie. So for example, if I run it now, you can see my settings have removed my header, which was meant to be grey, is now back to red. I don't get all UK results, American results coming in there now. So what you want to do is click on Options, Cookies, DuckDuckGo.com, and move it to the Cookies to Keep list, so it stays under there. Now when you enter your settings in, so United Kingdom, English, United Kingdom, Save Search off, color, grey, save settings, let's just save. There you can see all UK results. Now if I run CCleaner again, it's going to exclude deleting the DuckDuckGo.com cookie. So if I go on it now and search for Boots, you can see my settings have been retained, UK results, and it looks how I want it to look, so make sure you do that. Next thing is Tor. Now Tor is like CyberGhost, but it's free and it is much more secure, but as a result of that your internet is much slower. So if you download Tor browser, there's a link for that in the description, and if you launch it, it connects to the Tor server. Now this, in terms of anonymity, it's better than CyberGhost, but it's really slow, so I wouldn't recommend it unless you were doing something that I have no idea, but you wouldn't want anyone in the world to know. So I'm connected to the Tor network now. The onion has turned green. It's in the I forget what it's called, but it's minimized to my task tray, and it launches Firefox. And you can see I am connected to Tor. My IP address is 50.7.162.1.108. But it's much slower. For example, if I download a test file, you can see in itself it takes some time to load. Click here. If I download a 10 megabyte file, okay, actually no, that's fine. Save file to my desktop. I'm getting 160, 50, 40, 30, 20. You have a very slow connection. Usually I get 500 kilobits per second download. You'll be getting around 100 on this, so you know it's a lot slower. That should give you an idea of how slow it can get. But on the other hand, that being said, it's very secure, and unlike CyberGhost, this, you can change your identity on this. So every time you want to change identity, like for example, if you got blocked off a website, just click use a new identity. It will change your IP address, your location, so it will look like you are connecting from somewhere completely different. So that's one good feature of this. Right, I've shown you that already. If I exit off that, exit, stop Tor, exit, okay, and exit sandbox here as well. Tor chat, Bro 6, like I said, Tor chat is the difference between CyberGhost and Tor. Tor chat is much more secure. No, not edit, Jesus. I'll send a link for this in the description. So if I extract it, you won't need a password for this. When I download it, I'll explain why it's asked for a password. So when you download it, you will see it says Tor chat. If you go to the bin folder and launch Tor chat application, it should start up. Right, this is the window you're going to be greeted with. What you have to do is right click, add contact, and basically if your friend installs it as well, what you see here, W4XRHOFF5HBQQLUS, that's your Tor chat ID. You would enter that ID in, which would be your friends, and you could add them. So I've added a friend here. This is quite some time back, and this is the chat client you get, and I don't think it's online, but if I show you, it's delayed because it hasn't been sent yet, but it minimizes to your system tray. This is very anonymous. I highly doubt anyone could actually get into this. So that's Tor chat. Now why I encrypted it was because Tor chat still saves files onto the computer. For example, my friend I was chatting to, that's the chat history right there. So I wouldn't want anyone to get their hands on that, so I would click 7-zip, add to archive, and encrypt it with a password. AES 256-bit, I encrypt that, so whenever I want to use it I have to enter a password to decrypt the folder, and then that is TorChat secure. Now that's pretty much what you need to be secure on Windows in terms of being anonymous. Right now you can see if I go on cnet.com, AdBlock Plus right here will block the adverts, Ghostery will block the trackers along with disconnect me and do not track me. Hide my ass as a proxy if you ever need to use that quickly. If you want to connect to CyberGhost all the time, you can just use hide my ass proxy for certain websites. Mask me, that's gonna keep all your stuff, keep your email. I've got another email there but it's blocked, so I'm not gonna get that. This will prevent you from getting spam. By the way, Mask Me, if you pay a small fee a month, you can use masked phones and masked credit cards. I won't go in detail about that, but if you wanna look at that, you can. Now your computer's secure, but your phone isn't. Right now I'm using Windows Phone, but soon I'm going to switch to Android. I'm sick and tired of Windows Phone users being screwed over by Microsoft, so I'm going to switch to Android. So if you go onto the Play Store, let's search for a store, Play Store, Android apps, on Google Play Store. There we go. If you think you want to search for Tor, and then click on Orbot proxy with Tor. Install that onto your Android phone. It's like Tor for the computer, Tor browser, but for the phone. This will encrypt all your connections going from your phone. And you want to install OrWeb once you've installed Tor. That's going to be like using the Tor web browser. I can't say if this is going to reduce your speed, but because I haven't tried it, but certainly this will keep you private. As you can see, even they use DuckDuckGo, and you saw that screen earlier. So yeah, that's what. Then to chat securely on your phone, there's an app called Text Secure. This one right here. This encrypts your chat. You use keys to make sure your chat is encrypted. So that's something you definitely want to get. And it's a clean interface like WhatsApp, so you know you have the looks of WhatsApp and encryption. So that's pretty much it. You have your extensions, you have your programs, Bro6, CyberGhost, you have Tor, TorChat. All your stuff should be there. Right now this is going to keep you anonymous. Any website you want to go on to, whether it's being blocked by the UK firewall, whether you're in America, whether you're in Iran, Iraq, Middle Eastern country which blocks certain websites, you can access all of that if you use the setup I've just shown you right now. So make sure you follow what I just did, and I hope this helped. Happy anonymous browsing.